Hey, howdy neighbor. So, wanted to talk a little bit about something I'm experimenting with this particular Airbnb. I wanted to take a location that had a bar. So the reason is I wanted to see what is it like if you work standing up. Now, one of the advantages, of course, of working from home is that you can change your workspace as much as you want. Also travel, finding different kind of things that work well. At my house, as you might know, I have a very particular setup, and it works pretty well for me. I'm able to work for quite a long time. It's very comfortable. But I read a little bit about some of the discussion around standing or sitting in your workplace, and I'll link to a video above that talks about it from I think it's a doctor who reviewed the literature around it and saw that there really is no definitive idea on whether or not that sitting or standing is actually better for you. Both of them mean that you're not moving. So in any case, if you're not moving, pretty often you're going to have negative effects from that. So the recommendation is, of course, whether you stand, whether you sit, move. Every 20 minutes, 30 minutes, take a break, walk around, whatever. So for me, what I found over the last few days working like this is that I don't find the bar stool approach particularly comfortable. I prefer like a lower seat and a big screen and those things. But I do find the standing part quite comfortable. I think moving to that, what I found with that is that I tend to move back and forth from leg to leg, because I suppose if I just stood on with both my legs straight for a lot of hours, I would probably pass out or something. So what I found is I do move back and forth from leg to leg quite a bit. So I'm more active. I kind of wonder if that's going to burn more calories. I don't know, that would be an interesting experiment to work on. But I do like it. I think it's a bit more dynamic. I think that it's easier to maintain like a proper posture. It's easier to move around and get things, and to let's say get out of just that solid stance in front of the computer. Now on the other side, probably lead to people being more distracted, because it certainly is going to make it easier to just walk around and take something from the fridge or go do something else and be distracted. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Yes, the person's moving more. Yes, the workforce is going to be healthier just because they're not sitting still for so long. On the other side, it might lead to people being more easily distracted, and that's already enough of a problem. So I think if you're standing in the kitchen and you have kids around, or you have your partner around, or whoever else is around you, roommate, I think that the likelihood of coming up to ask you questions, demand things, interact with you, it's going to be a lot higher if you're standing in an area, especially a common area where anyway there's probably a lot of foot traffic. So I think this could work well if you can control the flow of traffic in your workspace to make sure people aren't coming in and interrupting you. Also, if you tend to be quite good and disciplined about not getting distracted, then that probably can work well. And probably if you tend to have poor posture, or if you're tending to get kind of a gut because your back is really getting weak, and you're hunched over all of the time, probably that would be a very good idea. So just get yourself up, maybe more dynamic. Also, if you tend to feeling too tired, of course standing up is usually a pretty good way to get the blood flowing. On the other side, probably just if you're really working very long hours, if you have to work 10 to 12 hours a day, or not have to, if you are working 10 to 12 hours, or if you have to, probably standing, having a mixture of standing and sitting is good. So a desk where you can change that. I'm definitely going to try that. In my place, I'm going to change my desk around, and it'll take a little bit of doing, and I'll make some videos on that. Being able to have a desk that will go up and down and try to attach everything to it. But for now, I think this was a good experiment. It was interesting. I like it. I think it's a different dynamic to it, and I look forward to being able to do that in the future. So as always, if that is helpful, or if it's not helpful, if you have a desk and you stand, or you stand on your head especially, I would really like to know in the comments. And that's it.